Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. I'm hoping that we actually have somebody watching on this one. Not sure if the other stream actually got out. It looks like that one was private. I wasn't sure I was going to do a walk and talk today, but I decided it was time to take out karma, and the walk and talk was going to be extremely real. Now, if you haven't heard, New York State today actually decriminalized marijuana. I was shocked. I knew that the cronies wanted to legalize it, tax it. I was talking about previously how, just to get a dispensary license here in New York State for medical purposes, it's already rigged against you because you need a $5,000 non-refundable fee, which is whatever. That's kind of standard. But then, on top of that, it's a $200,000 fee. And if you get denied, you get that back. But if you don't, it's $200,000 out of your pocket. So in other words, startup is $205,000, and then obviously you got to be able to, run the business. That's a huge expense. So that's going to keep a lot of people out. However, it doesn't look like the commercialization of marijuana is going to be a big thing here. But for small amounts, I think under 2 ounces right now, no big deal. And they were also talking about, from what I read, I'm going to do a full video on this, by the way, that they're going to expunge some convictions, which is awesome. I think it's 25 grams or less, they're going to expunge those convictions. That's great news. So I'm no Cuomo fan, believe me. He is not my favorite at all. However, this is a step in the right direction. I'm extremely excited about this. And happy days, New York State. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful first day of summer here in Oneonta. What is not beautiful, however, is obvious. The walk and talks are tough today, guys. Jeez. Gorgeous first day of summer, but the walk and talk is no good. By the way, don't worry. Karma is on her walk. My buddy's behind me. He just didn't want to be on video, which I get. He is a teacher. He doesn't want to talk about these controversial topics like the decriminalization of marijuana and, the Iran situation. The Iran situation is so real, guys. Right now, with Mike Pompeo making his little tour, talking to people, an escalation. The media not really talking about the fact that Iran is saying that they could have snuffed out another ship that had 35 people on it. Now, I already believe that they were baiting them to shoot down the drone. But on top of the drone, imagine they had gone one step further. That would have been it. The neocons get what the neocons want. And it's not just the neocons, it's the military-industrial complex, it's the globalists we've talked about. It's the people that want to take over all of Eurasia and unite it in this, globalization. I mean, you can call it a new world order if you want. People like Kissinger have. That's their term for what they think they can create. Even Brzezinski's used it. I mean, we've talked about it. Schmidt, we've gone over it. And they're from all walks. So when Mike Pompeo goes to Bilderberg, he's not on the list, he's on a boat, he goes to a castle, he gives a speech to all these people. It sounds like something out of a fucking Bond movie. A villain would do. And yet, for some reason, we just kind of accept it as foreign policy. Oh, Mike Pompeo can't be that bad of a guy, he's got to be a good man. Meanwhile, we have him on tape saying, we lied, we cheated, we stole. We took training courses on it, laughing, and people applauding. People applauding that. Think about that. That's how twisted things are. People applaud that kind of nonsense. Can you imagine? I mean, I guess you don't have to imagine. You live on the same planet I do. It's a real thing. But it's almost like cartoon-esque. What's this? Oh, geez. Ugh. So, I'm hoping that Trump keeps his head. I think, obviously, he made the right move. But if you saw my interview with Robbie Martin earlier, he says, listen, he gets to look good saying that 150, people would have died in this, and that wasn't worth the cost of a drone. Well, one person isn't worth the cost of a drone. It's a fucking drone. It's not a human life. Do you understand that? I mean, let's say that they strike a military base or something, a naval ship of Iran's, and they killed, I don't know, 15 people on it. Were those 15 people worth a drone that, come on, was probably in their airspace? And it doesn't matter whether it was or not. Obviously, it was there to goad Iran in. And yesterday, I retweeted a quote from AOC. You know, I'm not an AOC fan, believe me. She's an actress. That girl, it's not like she's a politician. You know, that if you don't understand how people like AOC come about, you know, all these donors come together, they get their money, and then from that, you know, they pick out who they want. And one of the main women on, I forget what organization it was that backed her, one of the main women, you know, looks, talks, and sounds almost exactly like this girl. So they saw somebody who was marketable. All of a sudden, they have her running in a district where Michael Moore is making a movie, and they're following her around. And look, if you don't think that one of her appeals is her physical attraction, you're being extremely naive. Of course it is. That's what they do. They're trying to sell you on a pretty face that is trying to do the right thing, and she's extremely wrong on a lot of issues. That Green New Deal, I picked it apart. It would be nightmarish. Now, on some levels, we should be moving forward. I think that when you look at Eisenhower, for instance, one of the really good things that he did is he built the highway system, an infrastructure that is maintained and expanded today and allows travel in the United States. I can't understand how we haven't taken maglev train technology that's been around forever, high-speed rails, and made that, you know, a real system in the United States so people could commute to big cities from smaller regions, et cetera, in a much shorter period of time. Whether that would make, I don't think it would make flights obsolete. I think it may challenge them in the market, but overall, that infrastructure could be very important to build. AOC, hot, that girl looks like a witch. Come on, she looks like a witch. Listen, she's pretty. You're gonna say she's not pretty? I think Ilhan Omar's pretty. Am I gonna get beef for that? Oh no. Oh, am I being bad? Is that misogynistic of me? I don't think so. I think that the truth of the matter is that they sell you images. Those people are actresses. And we'll see who comes out against these wars, man. You know, I'm glad that she's absolutely clarified her statement and is coming after the wars, because I don't want to see them. People like Adam Schiff, who are supposed to be the mortal enemy of Trump, okay? Let's get this straight, guys. People who are supposed to be the mortal enemy of Trump, they're not going to attack him on this at all. In fact, they're going to ask for more military action, more intervention. They're going to say he's soft on the matter. You know, in an earlier video, I talked about how Schiff.
Is there a plug-in over here?
I do not think that there is a plug-in over here. I'm sorry.
On the other side there is.
Maybe on that one. I think that one's got, electric. So, anyway, if you think that, you know, Chuck Schumer, for instance, that's what I was just talking about. Schumer said he might bungle us into a war. Come on. You'll attack him on everything. You'll say he's colluding with Putin. He's a puppet. Obstruction of justice, impeachment. We need to do this. And let's be honest. He'll promote the war. First of all, if that vessel were, I think it was a plane with 35 people on it that was in their airspace, was shot down, every single person in Congress and the Senate, full board. I don't know if I even have hope for somebody like Rand Paul actually questioning an event like that, which is unfortunate. Where is Rand? Why isn't Rand saying anything? We need that voice. Getz, for instance, 144p. Is that what you guys are getting? I'm sorry, man. It's a rough stream today. I'm not even sure if the other one streamed through or it was on private or what. But you know what? Matt Getz, he's the only one that's even pointing out that Pompeo and the like want to use the Military Authorization Act from a week after 9/11. That just is a blanket statement that we can do whatever we want to terrorists. Scary stuff. So guys, listen, if you enjoyed this bungle of a broadcast, this was a tough one, but for some reason you liked it and you're not subscribed, we do real news here all day long. You put on the networking site, hope you don't mind. Put these on everything. Email these things out, guys. That's what I need you to do. I need you to take my links, email them out, put them on social media. Join the Burmese Brigade, man. Everybody knows I got the GoFundMe going. That's great. And thank you to everybody that has actually donated to that. You know, one of the reasons that I'm only doing the GoFundMe is I don't need levels. I'm not going to try to do a subscribe star and a Patreon and a Minds in one place. And I don't want to promise things I can't do. You understand? What I can do is pump out 30 to 50 important videos about important subjects and do important interviews with important people with important perspectives every single week. And I'm doing it with you guys. Yeah, me and Luke are still cool. You know, I hope that organization grows too. There's nothing. I love We Are Change. So, you know, I listen, I'm a content monster. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. I got to make a living. I got kids to feed. Everybody knows about it. So if you can, go to the GoFundMe. If not, just support the Burmese Brigade with telling the truth and giving an independent perspective out there. Thank you. Am I going to do anything on Blackwater? I talked about Blackwater briefly today with Robbie Martin. So maybe we will do an Eric Prince expose in the future. All right. I'll see you guys later.